Have you ever wanted to make a product look like it was shot in a proper studio when all you actually have is your phone and a messy room? Normally that means renting a space, setting up lights, maybe even a green screen. But I found a set of AI tools that rebuild the entire scene around your product from a clip you already shot. So in this video, I'll give you the full breakdown. Alright, so first, I just need one simple video to work with. And this will do, a perfume bottle on a table. Basically nothing special about it. The tool we'll be using is called OpenArt, an all-in-one platform that has all AI VFX tools in one place. I'll share a link down below in the description if you want to try it out yourself. Now the way VFX works is it takes a clip you already have and lets you change the background, the lighting, and even specific objects in the scene while keeping the main subject consistent. So the original clip still holds together, but everything around it can shift into something cleaner, more polished, and more professional looking. Stability is the important part. Whatever your main subject is, you don't want it changing every time you try a new look. The shape still needs to hold, the details still need to stay consistent, and the shot still needs to feel like it came from the original clip. The only thing you're really changing is the world around it. Now you'd normally use a video you already shot, but to show the whole thing from scratch, I'll generate a stand-in with Dance 2.0. It's set to 8 seconds, 1080p, 16:9, audio on, and I paste in the prompt. And what comes back is exactly the kind of footage you'd shoot without thinking. A perfume bottle on a table in a normal living room with that slight handheld drift. Now the most surprising part is how accurate the room actually looks. The couch, the table, and even the frozen glass on the perfume bottle is super accurate. And this is actually because of the addition in the prompt. By saying that we want a handheld iPhone style shot, the AI model actually makes sure that it is aligned to that realistic feel, which gives us this super realistic result. So that is our main reference done. And the best part is we won't have to change it again for the rest of the video. But there is one obvious problem with it. The room behind the bottle is still not clean enough. So the first thing we need to fix is the entire space around it. Replace background swaps out the entire room behind your subject without a green screen or a studio. You hand it one reference image of the background you want, and it rebuilds the whole scene around the bottle to match. And it works where the bottle is on its own from that first frame, then tracks it the whole way through, so you never cut anything out by hand. And since your actual product never gets regenerated, anything printed on it stays perfectly legible. That's what makes it usable for real brand work, because most AI-generated videos completely ruin text and logos and turn them into nonsense the second they redraw a frame. Here, your packaging reads exactly like it did on camera, swap after swap. I could grab one of the presets, but for product work, a plain custom wall just looks way cleaner, so I'll make my own instead. I select GPT Image 2, set it to high, and generate a flat, dusty pink wall with wooden floor along the bottom. And what comes back is exactly what I need, a clean, simple product backdrop with nothing in the frame fighting for attention. Then I do a second version with the same idea, but this time in a deep mauve, so I have a richer background option to use later. This one gives the shot a bit more depth and contrast. Now I open Replace Background, drop in my original clip, upload the dusty pink wall as the reference, and we smash the generate button. These runs aren't instant though. Each one takes about 3 to 7 minutes, and it keeps processing even when you click away, so you can set up the next one while you wait. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. The living room is gone, and the bottle and table are against a clean pink wall, like I shot it there on purpose. So I run it again with the mauve wall. And I get that same clip in a completely different color without touching anything else. That second run is really just to show you that it'll take any wall color you throw at it. Same 8 seconds, and the whole room is swapped, and it still looks like real footage instead of a cutout. But something's still giving it away, because the light on the bottle is the soft light from that old living room, not from the wall it's against now. So I take the dusty pink clip into Relight and run the first preset, Cinematic Window Light. The moment it's done, there's hard light coming in from the left and a real shadow stretching across the pink wall, and now the bottle and the wall actually look lit by the same source. That's the whole point of Relight. It rebuilds the light across the entire frame, not just on the bottle, so the subject and the background finally match, and that match is what makes it look real. And being able to look so similar to the previous shot is actually what makes this tool so cool, because one shot looks fake to you 9 times out of 10, and that is usually down to the shadow pointing the wrong way, or the product looking darker than the bright room it is sitting in. Now I'll switch the preset to Candlelit Warmth and run it again. same 8 seconds, but now it's a warm golden glow, like it's lit by candles. So with one preset swap, you've got a completely different mood, and the light still holds across the whole frame. And that's the part that matters if you're actually posting this, because one recording can turn into a different look for every campaign. A moody editorial one for a brand push, a warm one for a seasonal promo, a bolder one for a launch, and you never have to film again. And there's a bonus to rebuilding the light from scratch like this. It means your original lighting basically stops mattering. You could have shot the thing under flat kitchen bulbs at midnight, and relight just paints the good light on top, so even a rough clip still ends up looking shot on purpose. Now we've got the same clip, but now with two totally different moods, and all I did was pick a preset. But the shot still feels empty, and it's missing that finishing touch, that final finesse, all because there's an empty patch of table right next to the bottle that has been sitting there the whole time. So the last thing to add is something in that empty space next to the bottle, and I want to change just that one spot without touching anything else. So normally adding an object into a video means compositing it in frame by frame and trying to match the light and the motion by hand. But OpenArt VFX works differently. You just mask the one area you want changed, and it only regenerates inside that mask. So I'll go ahead and upload the cinematic window light version. Click select mask and paint a mask over the entire scene, leaving the magazines unmasked. Now this one small change is going to make a world of difference. I'll also make sure to leave the unmasked area a bit wider than the thing I'm adding, because whatever I drop in needs somewhere to cast its own shadow. There's no reference image for this one, so I just make it as a fresh 1080p generation and describe what I need in the prompt, which is a small arrangement of purple flowers. The moment it's done, there's a little cluster of flowers next to the bottle, catching that same directional light, with the shadow falling the exact same way as everything around it. And the bottle, the table, the motion, all of it is still my original footage, untouched. And those flowers are just my example, by the way. Whatever you can put into words, you can drop into that patch. And here, imagination is your only limit. It could be a small tray, a piece of fabric, or a few scattered petals. Just simple details that make the shot feel more finished. The point stays the same: mask the spot, describe the thing, and let the light that's already in the shot do the blending for you. So that boring clip of a bottle on a table in my living room is now a finished product video, new background, cinematic light, flowers and all, and I never filmed a thing past that first 8 seconds. So that whole thing started from a clip I generated, but the second you point this at a video you actually filmed, there's one thing that decides how well it comes out. When you film your product, give it a bit of space from whatever's behind it instead of pushing it flat against a wall, and let there be some difference in light or color between the product and the background. The reason is the tool has to pick your product out from everything behind it on its own, and it does that cleanest when the two don't blend together. Keep the camera steady, frame it simple, and that one clip is really all you need. From there, it's the same 3 tools in the same order you just watched: the background, then the light, then the one object you want to add. So the only real work on your end is one decent clip, and the tools cover the studio part. And every tool I just used is all in one place, and that place is OpenArt. So sign up to OpenArt with my link in the description and run your first clip through Replace Background tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.